welcome to Disney's Animal Kingdom. We are continuing our walking tour of the park today, starting in Asia. Over the bridge to Asia, and if we took a right, we would end up at the Upgrade Bird Adventure, which has shows throughout the day. There's usually maybe only about 4 or 5 of them, so I'd say check the Times Guide if you're wanting to see it. Not necessary to have a fast pass, just like I mentioned when we went to Africa and we talked about Festival Lion King. But if you can have one, it's great because then you know for sure you're going to get to see a show. It is about 20 minutes long, and it is a sit-down show where animals actually fly over your head. So mostly birds, but there are a few other animals that come out. Now the theater the Upgrade Bird Adventure takes place in used to be home to Flights of Wonder. I'm curious if they wanted to change it because they now had Flights of Wonder and Flights of Passage, maybe to help not confuse people. But the new overlay includes Russell and Doug. So I think that's kind of fun. It gets like the kids excited for it, as well as it just has a really cool like conservation and educational message. So like I said, definitely check it out if you have the ability to do so or the time. But the nice thing is it's not necessarily inside, but it is shaded. Just past Upgrade Bird Adventure, there is one of the 3 restrooms that you'll find in Asia, as well as a few occasional like seasonal eat locations. And then if you follow that path, that will take you straight to Africa, which we explored in the last video, like I mentioned. So we've explored what all the left side of going over the Asia Bridge has to offer. Now we're going to explore what's on the right side. So if you go to the right, you're going to run into Yak and Yeti Restaurant, which is an inside sit-down location. It is owned by Landry's, the same people that own Rainforest Cafe at the front of the park. It smells so good right now. Now the nice thing is if you can't get a reservation, just next to it is the Local Foods Cafe, which is also like Yak and Yeti. So you can get a lot of the inside stuff at the outdoor location. And then just around the corner is where the turkey legs are sold in this park. Now, right across from all of that is the tea company, or the Royal Anandapur Tea Company. And it's technically the Joffrey's. So if you're looking for those big donuts, we're right there. Continuing a little bit more on the path, if we kept heading straight, that would head into the second part of Asia, but we're going to stay here for a little while and head to the left, which is mainly the main marketplace of Anandapur, which is one of the 2 sections of Asia. It's kind of broken up into 2 sections.
Loosely themed to India.
So more India.
Yeah.
Whereas Sirkazong, where Everest is themed
like
after... Ooh, nice. And then right over here is 2 little Fast Pass kiosks. So far we have seen all 3 Fast Pass kiosks in the park. One near Island Mercantile on Discovery Island. Second one near Tusker House in Africa. And then that one right there, right before Kali River Rapids in Asia. Right here is the entrance to Kali River Rapids, the water ride here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. And right across the way is an eating area for the Yak and Yeti, as well as the little stand where you can get turkey legs. I don't know what it's called. I think it's just considered Local Foods Cafe. It's like a continuation of it. But back behind those red umbrellas where you see that blue sign on the wall, that is the second of the 3 restrooms here in Asia.
It's got a nice mural on it.
Yeah, I honestly don't think I knew that there was a restroom there. Just past the entrance to Kali River Rapids is free storage lockers for while you're on the ride so that your belongings don't get wet. So do
that universal.
So do know you are going to get wet on that ride. There's no guarantee how wet, so whatever you take with you is probably going to get wet in some way. So if you don't want something getting wet, leave it in the lockers, and they are free for while you wait. But then also, I just realized there's actually 4 restrooms here in Asia. So this one right here just past the lockers is the 3rd of 4 restrooms. I guess they would put a restroom back here because, you know, if you get off the ride and you're wet and you want to change, it's nice that there's a restroom right here. So smart, way to go. And then just past that is the Maharaja Jungle Trek. As Corey mentioned previously, the better of the 2 trails in his opinion.
Do you know
why? Why, Corey, why?
Tigers and bats.
Okay, the bats and the bird aviary are pretty cool.
They're the best.
Sure is the best. But there it is, right there. And then over this way is just the exit for Kali River. That's it. There's really nothing else over that way. There even is a sign that says exit only, so probably shouldn't go that way. But oh look, it's the Okapi plush and the spotted dog.
Painted dog.
Painted dog. that we mentioned in the last video when we were in Africa. Cuters. Now we could continue going straight, but we can also take this little path here just outside of Kali River Rapids, because there's this monkey like exhibit here, and there's just like a giant circle path around it. So we're gonna take this path to get over to the Circus Song area of Asia. The theming at Disney is like A+. There's a bunch of like footprints in the cement. Here, let me find one. We just walked past a bunch of them. Oh, see, look, there's little footprints. As if somebody was just like walking barefoot. But then also, Corey just pointed out, look at, they like themed their electrical boxes. It's like,
Anandapur specifically has a ton of like infrastructure that you can just see like out, like piping and stuff like that, but it's all themed to like the Anandapur district of blank. So like there's a water thing, like a water main way out over that way that has like a plaque on it where you would be able to like, you know, like when you see a dead light pole and you call the city and you're like, there's a dead light over here, they're like, what's the number on the light pole? And they're all like engraved.
yeah.
That it has an engraving for which water main that is.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just cool that they really took every little tiny detail to try to help immerse you in the lands. We walked around just so we could kind of show you what Corey was talking about. So there's the big water pipe, but here's like the information for it. I don't know how many times I've walked past that and just like didn't notice that it was
I took a
themed.
picture of it like years ago.
Really?
I just really like it.
Now over here, this like little like shrine is the shape of Expedition Everest. If you're standing in just the right spot.
Forbidden Mountain, though.
The Forbidden Mountain, it's so dope. On our way to Everest, there is the fourth and final restrooms for Asia, right next to Gupta's Gear. So if you pass that and you pass the little truck, you've gone too far, you'd have to walk back and go to the restroom, or walk all the way to Dino Land. This food truck is amazing for two reasons. One, it has Splash Mountain on it, and two, it's got the best soft serve ice cream in all of the park. That's it, that's all I have to say about it. It's amazing, I love it. Now, just past the food truck with the ice cream is the Thirsty River Bar. And then across from that, right here is the Fast Pass entrance for Rivers of Light We Are One. And so if you had a Fast Pass, you would come here to the red side or the Fast Pass side, and this would be the view you would have for Rivers of Light. Now, if you're doing standby or you have the dining package, you would be going over on the blue side next to Finding Nemo. I have still not seen Rivers of Light, so I will definitely make sure I come and see it because I've never seen it. I do know that it is a nighttime show. It's about 18 minutes long, 20 minutes long. It does not include fireworks, just for the safety of the animals. But it just became Rivers of Light We Are One, so it's like a brand new overlay. So we'll have to check it out soon. Further up the path, there is actually a secondary entrance to Rivers of Light We Are One. So you can also enter this side, closest to the bridge towards Dino Land. So right between the entrance to Expedition Everest, there are two entrances to Rivers of Light. Now, Expedition Everest is probably one of my favorite roller coasters. You like Rockin' Roller Coaster. I think I'm partial to Expedition Everest because I think the forwards and backwards and the steep drop is real cool. Now, I've had the opportunity to see it before it became Disco Yeti, so like I've been completely scared of this ride since I was a little kid. So like even though the Yeti is in what they call B mode, B mode, A mode, B mode. It's in like a stationary mode.
Static.
It's not like a static. Yeah, it's not as scary, but like still, every time I ride it, I'm like, oh, he moved today. He did it.
Every time we get off, I think it worked. I don't think so.
But Expedition Everest does have a height requirement, so do make sure your kids are tall enough and safe enough to ride the ride. And then right past it is the gift shop for Everest supplies, as well as like exploration supplies.
we said that there were 2 lands in Asia. One is Amandapur and one is Circazong. And the only real way to know that is that this is the Circazong Bazaar.
Oh,
But
okay.
it starts where that hotel is that's perpetually opening next season.
That's
The
the beginning of
architecture
it.
changes, and you can see it's like, I don't want to say like higher class, but like you can tell that people here would have been more wealthy.
How?
Because they would like, there's like lumber and like stuff stacked on their roofs, and that's like a status symbol.
Oh, so like right behind us, there's all this lumber stacked up.
Yep. You
Okay.
can be like, look at all the stuff I've got.
Look at all my
Using
stuff.
it, but look at it, and don't touch it. That's why it's on the roof.
Okay, okay. Also, since we're standing here and I just noticed the sign, there is a single rider entrance. This is the one and only attraction here at Disney's Animal Kingdom that offers a single rider line. So if you don't have a fast pass and you're like a small party and you don't mind being split up, that's sometimes the fastest way to go when they have a long wait. Like right now, it is an 80-minute wait. We have walked past the Expedition Everest Forbidden Mountain entrance. We've walked past Rivers of Light We Are One's entrance, and now we have come to the very edge of Asia where the theming starts to change, because now we are going to be entering into Corey's favorite land, which is,
Would you consider this Dino Land?
yeah, this is part of Dinoland.
Like starting here or starting after the Theater in the Wild?
Starting here.
That's weird.
That's what the map shows. Hold up, let me get the map. So we are right here.
Yeah,
And there's the theater, but you see how this?
that's Dino Land.
So is the theater part of Asia? I don't think
Theater
so.
is the theater. It's just its own thing. It's called the Theater in the Wild, and it was designed to be modular so you could put any show you wanted in there.
Oh, okay.
And then they have Nemo. So
Okay.
that's it.
I thought it was part of Dinoland.
I wish it was.
Okay.
Put some dinosaurs on the outside and change the show. Dr. Grant Seeker hosts Legend of Dino Boy.
Leave a like or a comment if you think that's an excellent idea, because I do. But we're going to head in and we're going to go explore the theater in the wild and Dinoland USA.